Only one other player in NBA history has been drafted number 1 overall straight from high school at age 18. That player was LeBron James. Now, for the first time in over 2 decades, Cooper Flagg joins that exclusive club. From a town of just 1,800 people in Maine to the top of the NBA draft, Flagg's rise has been nothing short of stunning. But now comes the hard part: delivering on expectations that crushed other top picks and reshaped franchises. He's not just replacing a player, he's replacing Luka Doncic. And while Kyrie Irving is still around, the Mavericks have put the keys to the franchise in Flagg's hands. So the question becomes, can Cooper Flagg really handle it? Cooper Flagg's story doesn't begin with mixtapes or blue blood offers. It starts in Newport, Maine, a small town with no major basketball scene, where Flagg became a local legend before becoming a national name. Raised in a basketball family, his mother Kelly helped lead the University of Maine to its first ever NCAA tournament win. His father Ralph, a college hooper himself, taught Cooper the game with toughness and precision. He grew up watching film, not just highlight reels. By middle school, the work ethic was already next level. At Nokomis High, he didn't just play, he dominated. 20 points, 10 boards, 6 assists, and nearly 4 steals and blocks a night as a freshman. That season ended with a state championship, and Flagg becoming the youngest ever Maine Gatorade Player of the Year. But dominating your hometown isn't enough when you've got bigger dreams. So Flagg transferred to Montverde Academy, basketball royalty in Florida, where NBA talent is forged under pressure. If Nokomis was the launch pad, Montverde was the proving ground. That's where the world really took notice. He lit up the 2023 Hoop Hall Classic with a 21.5 steal performance and earned MVP honors. He turned Maine United, a non-EYBL team, into a national name. Suddenly, Flagg wasn't just a top 10 recruit, he was the guy. And here's what made it even more insane. He didn't build his brand on dunks and dance clips. He built it on defensive rotations, basketball IQ, and a motor that never shuts off. Drop a comment if you remember seeing Flagg in those early Montverde clips. Did you know then he'd go number 1? Or were you skeptical? From a gym in Maine to center stage at Montverde, Flagg outworked the hype. But dominating high school is one thing. Replacing Luka Doncic in Dallas? That's another story entirely. Let's talk about why the Mavericks went all in on a teenager from Newport, Maine, and whether he's really ready to lead. Dallas didn't just pick Cooper Flagg, they bet their future on him. Let's set the scene. Luka Doncic is gone. Kyrie Irving, recovering from a torn ACL, may not be ready to lead. The Mavs had seasoned scorers and plug-and-play veterans on the board, and still, they went all in on an 18-year-old rookie. Why? Because Cooper Flagg offers more than upside. He offers identity. His lone year at Duke proved he's ready. Flagg led a Final Four team in every major category: points, boards, assists, steals, and blocks. He shot 38.5% from deep, 84% from the line, and ranked in the 85th percentile or better across pick and rolls, post-ups, and transition scoring, according to Synergy Sports. He didn't just put up numbers, he made the game easier for everyone else. And that's exactly what Dallas needed after trading away Luka. So when the Mavericks won the draft lottery, they didn't hesitate. They picked Flagg to be a pillar, not a piece, a foundation. Quick timeout. Let's hear from you. Would you have taken Flagg number 1 overall, or did someone else have your vote? Drop your take in the comments. The Mavs didn't draft him to fit in, they drafted him to lead. But leading isn't just about numbers. It's about pressure, the kind of pressure that only a handful of number 1 picks have ever truly survived. So let's talk about what happens when expectations meet reality, and whether Cooper Flagg can carry it all. Drop a comment if you think Dallas made a good move. Let's talk about why people are comparing him to LeBron and whether he can do it. The LeBron comparison. It's the elephant in the room, and it's followed Cooper Flagg since the moment he hit the national radar. To be clear, LeBron was a once-in-a-lifetime prospect. A 6'8" point forward with elite passing, NBA strength at 17, and a basketball IQ that even pros admire. He didn't just dominate high school, he revolutionized it. Flagg, he's different. He's not LeBron in build, but there are real parallels in how they carry themselves and lead teams. Like LeBron, Flagg is obsessed with doing the right basketball play. Like LeBron, he defends with intensity and reads the game like a veteran. And like LeBron, he's been handed a broken franchise and told to fix it. Still, the comparison has its limits. LeBron came in averaging 20-plus points a night as a rookie and instantly made the Cavs relevant. Flagg won't be asked to do that. Not yet. And honestly, he shouldn't be. Real question for you. Do comparisons like this help or hurt a player's growth? Should we even be talking about LeBron and Flagg in the same sentence? Because next, we're diving into what really matters. Flagg's fit with Kyrie Irving and how two very different players could shape the future of Dallas basketball together. On paper, Kyrie Irving and Cooper Flagg couldn't be more different. One is unpredictable, explosive, and endlessly creative. The other, calculated, steady, and unshakably focused. But that's exactly why this pairing might just work. Flagg doesn't need the ball to dominate. He cuts, screens, defends, and adapts. He brings balance to Kyrie's brilliance, covering for him defensively, spacing the floor, and thriving in transition. The chaos and calm contrast might be what the Mavs have needed all along. And here's the twist. Flagg has played with Kyrie before. Briefly, during his time at Duke, they built rapport. They understand each other's rhythm. That experience might be what allows this duo to click faster than anyone expects. Now, Kyrie's recovering from a torn ACL, and Anthony Davis, the team's other star, isn't the most durable either. So Flagg will have time to find his pace. Time to lead without pressure, and that might be the best case scenario for a rookie with this much on his plate. What do you think? Can a rookie like Flagg earn Kyrie's respect, or will a mismatch in personality cause friction? Either way, one thing's clear. The Mavs need stability, and Flagg might be the most stable piece they've had in years. Now, let's get to the most important question of all. Can Cooper Flagg actually handle the pressure of being the #1 pick? The pressure of being the #1 overall pick is real, and it's relentless. We've seen it before. From LeBron to Zion, from Wemby to Cade. The moment your name is called first, the expectations skyrocket. You're not just a player anymore. You're a franchise, a brand, a savior. For Cooper Flagg, the pressure hits different. Not only is he the youngest top pick since LeBron, he's replacing Luka Doncic in Dallas, a generational talent, a fan favorite, and the identity of the franchise for years. And let's not forget, Dallas just lost in the NBA Finals. Their fans aren't thinking long rebuild, they're thinking immediate rebound. That puts Flagg in a high-stakes, no grace period type of situation. But here's the thing, Flagg might be uniquely built for it. He's never been rattled by the spotlight. From winning in Maine to dominating Montverde to standing out against pros at Team USA scrimmages, he's always risen to the moment. Still, there's a fine line between expectation and pressure, between potential and performance. And we've seen top picks crack before. Anthony Bennett, DeAndre Ayton, even Ben Simmons. Great players, burdened by weight they couldn't carry. Question for the audience. Who do you think handled #1 pick pressure best? LeBron, Zion, Wemby, or someone else? And what's the biggest trap for a top prospect? Because for Flagg, surviving this season won't be about making highlight reels. It'll be about staying locked in, developing steadily, and avoiding the media noise. He doesn't need to be LeBron in year one, but he needs to be reliable. He needs to be ready, and most of all, he needs to prove the Mavericks were right to believe in him. So, what does a successful rookie year for Cooper Flagg actually look like? Let's be clear. No one's asking him to average 25 and lead the league in scoring. That's not the assignment. The Mavericks don't need a stat chaser. They need a stabilizer. Success for Flagg means impact over box scores. It means playing 70-plus games, staying healthy, and earning real trust from Jason Kidd and the vets. It means anchoring defensive rotations, switching across positions, and making the right reads under pressure. On offense, it means learning when to shoot, when to swing, and when to slow the game down. He's not going to run the offense like Luka, but he doesn't have to. His game thrives in the gaps, in the cuts, the slips, the screens, and the chaos. Especially in transition, where his timing and instincts are elite. And as he finds his footing, the numbers will come. If he can average 13 to 15 points, 6 to 7 rebounds, 3+ assists, with strong efficiency and above-average defense, That's an excellent rookie campaign. He doesn't need to be flashy, he just needs to be consistent. Comment below, what's your benchmark for Flagg this season? What would you consider a successful rookie year? Because while his jumper is still developing, his playmaking is real, his defense is NBA ready, and most importantly, his attitude screams team first. The Mavs don't need another superstar. They need someone who brings structure, grit, and culture. And if Flagg provides that in year one, Dallas wins. But how far can he take it? Let's talk about legacy. So, can Cooper Flagg handle it? The hype, the expectations, the shadow of Luka, the weight of being the youngest #1 pick since LeBron, it's all on his shoulders. But if you followed his journey, one thing becomes clear: he doesn't flinch. He didn't flinch in Maine, carrying his hometown team to a title. He didn't flinch at Montverde, where stars are born and pressure is baked into every possession. He didn't flinch at Duke, where he became the team's leader almost overnight. And he didn't flinch in those scrimmages against Team USA, holding his own against seasoned pros. Now the lights get brighter, the arenas get louder, the scrutiny gets harsher. But Flagg, he's built for the long game. He's not trying to dominate day one. He's trying to elevate. Slowly, methodically, relentlessly. And if he succeeds, it won't be loud. It won't be viral. It'll be consistent, professional, and impossible to ignore. What do you think? Will Cooper Flagg become the cornerstone Dallas needs? Or will the pressure prove too much? Drop your take in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next breakdown. This is Ballerspectives, where we bring the game's biggest stories to life. We'll see you in the next one.